Hi Gemini, welcome to your love reading for the month of April. Welcome back. Just want to go ahead and say thank you to all the likes and subscriptions you guys have been doing. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, please share the videos with anybody else who you think who would need to hear it. Now, I'm going to tell you who these two camps are of Geminis that I'm going to talk to. This is somebody that's in a committed relationship where they're feeling a little bit stuck. I'm talking to them. And I'm also going to talk to the group of the single Gemini because there is somebody coming in for you guys as well. Now, I also want to just clarify with everybody that if you're cross-watching, welcome to the Gemini reading. But I want you to both know, Gemini and or cross-watcher, when I'm reading for energies, because that's what we pick up when we pick up messages, this is for the coupled up Geminis. You have a soul and so does your partner, and your two souls are connected. So sometimes we can't decipher the difference between energy A and energy B, so it could be vice versa, and this is why we always say that. Now, with that said, let's get into your reading. Off the bat, in the beginning of April, I have the Four of Wands. This talks about a marriage or a wedding that's coming up, and I know that we have this crazy ass thing going on. We're all in lockdown, and maybe there was a wedding that was planned for the month of April, and you need to reschedule it or you need to talk about it. I don't know. But it also talks about taking someone's relationship to the next level, getting engaged, getting married, moving in, that sort of thing. Now, if you're single and you were invited to a wedding, it's probably going to get pushed out to like summertime, something like that. I don't know, weird message, I know, but that's what I got. Six of Wands. The Six of Wands talks about having success within the relationship that you're currently in. So, before where I was saying there was some sort of stagnation maybe in your possible relationship, Geminis, and now it's going to the next level. And there is some level of success that is forming within your relationship. For you single Geminis, this just tells me somebody is definitely coming in that's your ideal candidate. They are perfect for you. But I see you possibly pushing them away. We'll get to that. Nine of Wands. You're feeling as if in this relationship you're burdened, that there's a lot on your plate, that you're overly exhausted, that you're taking on more of the piece of the pie or the burden of the relationship than your partner is. Now in the middle of April, I have Temperance, trying to balance everything out, trying to balance family life, work life, and love life. Single people, again, could be a Sagittarius that's walking into your life, Gemini, but this is Archangel Michael bringing you legit somebody that is of marriage material because you had the marriage card above this. Now, crowning the whole reading was the Chariot. This is moving forward with the highs and the lows, the bad and the good, the pros and the cons, the positive and the negative. You get the gist. Now, for those, this is also a card of Cancer, just in case you were wondering. For you single Gemini, there could be somebody coming in, and this is where you start questioning them. If you're interested, let them know. If you're not interested, also let them know. If you're afraid to tell them how you feel, rip off the Band-Aid. Don't hold this person back. Let them go on. Let this little fish swim out back into the sea, if that's the case. That was a particular message that the universe wanted me to convey. But I highly recommend that you do move forward with this relationship. And for the couple Geminis, because above it was the Six of Wands, which tells me driving forward, there's a level of success with this person. Now, for those that are coupled up Geminis dealing with this situation, I want you not to push so much or so fast. Maybe you're trying to settle down with your partner, but you're going at like breakneck speed. You need to slow it down just a smidgen, or you're going to end up making your partner feel like you're trying to trap them or control them. Because I have the Devil. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn. The single Gemini, a Capricorn or a Cancer is more or less walking into your life. Now, going back to the coupled up Gemini, please, maybe you're the one who feels stuck, or you feel chained, or you feel like somebody's controlling you. It could be vice versa. I'm just telling you, these are energies you don't want to fall prey to. So because the relationship in itself looks amazing, looks great, and there's a level of success to be had, just don't push too fast, Gemini. Now, at the end of April, I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think this is like an earth sign female you're dealing with. I really think this is just you, Gemini. I think that you, and because it goes directly horizontal to this, where it's the Nine of Wands, where to me it's like you've overburdened yourself. You put so much on your plate. You could be dealing with workload and family, and then you have your love life. You put so much on you. It's all too well possible. But this also tells me it's time to nurture you, because you've been neglecting you. You've been doling out all this help to everyone else except for yourself. But I think you're starting to realize that at the end of April, you know what? I need to nurture me. I need to love me. You know, I always ask this all the time. Quickly tell me the 3 people that you love most in this world. I hope you mentioned yourself, because this is what that says. At the end of April, you do that. You acknowledge that you need to nurture you and take care of you. It's time for you. That's why she's in reverse, because usually she's the mother hen. She takes care of everybody. But in the reverse, you're starting to realize it's time for me. Now, and I know that because here right next to it is the Ten of Cups. It's the family card. But this is wish fulfillment in the family. So it's the white picket fence, the dog, the cat, and just being utterly happy with what you have in the family. Excuse me. My throat chakra started closing up. And then ending the end of the month of April going into May, you have the King of Pentacles, who could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And again, this was under the Devil card, so he could be a Capricorn for you single people. This gentleman is the person that you're going to have a level of success with, who he comes to you at the end of April going into May. Now, this could also be your partner, the one that are coupled up, Geminis. He's very grounding. He has his finances in order. He's got his shit in check. He's got it all together. And I'm pretty positive this is you, because now you're starting to realize, you know, these two together, look at them. They're the Queen and King of Pentacles. And right in the middle was the family card. So you tell me, you know, happy wife, happy husband. But when it's reverse, wife, girlfriend, fiance might have not been happy. She's taking time for herself to make this happen again. But it's telling me that all is well. Everything is great. It's just a matter of you tending to your own personal needs, your internal cares and wishes. Okay, let's see what's going on here. What is the Four of Wands here, please? Please also clarify the Six of Wands. Thank you. And the Nine of Wands. Why is the Nine of Wands here, please? For the Gemini. Thank you. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so before I was telling you about getting into the next level of your relationship and or marriage or wedding or proposing, I don't know what you guys are planning on doing, but you're going to move forward with it. And again, look what you got. You got the Chariot and the Nine of Wands again. Being burdened by this. Being burdened by this possible relationship or this marriage, or you, it could be you could be rushing to the altar, and you know, and your partner's like, oh, slow down, because this talks about slowing down just a bit, that you're overwhelming the system meaning the unit of you and said partner. Now it could be vice versa, you know this, it could be them doing this to you. Now, and these are clarifiers, so this isn't what is. What is the card that I pulled out. Like, this is a level of success in your relationship. This is what is. There was a metamorphosis or a change in your relationship. Something died off in order for it to be successful. What did die off? I don't know. You must have had some sort of regret and resentment or guilt from the past. You might have done or said or thought of something or did something in the relationship where you were guilty and you felt really sorry about it, but you changed. There was a metamorphosis, and because of that, this is why there was a level of success in the relationship now. The single folk, you're starting to realize your old tricks don't work, and I don't mean tricks like you were tricky or shady. I mean like how you used to approach men and women in the dating world, like the vibe you gave off. You're starting to realize that you can't repeat those habits, and you're not going to do that. You're going to change. You're going to create a metamorphosis, which will bring a level of success and bring you that person that's meant to be with you. Nine of Wands clarified by the Eight of Swords. Sometimes these two cards go hand in hand. You're overburdened, and because of it, because you think you're stuck, that it is your responsibility to be this way and that you should just live this way. No, you don't have to live this way. She's bound, but she's not in jail. Swords aren't covering her. She could wiggle out of this and this blindfold. You know, when I see the Eight of Swords, I say sometimes to myself, thank God, because there's a solution. You're not really trapped. It's just a hurdle. There's an answer here. There's an answer to get yourself out of this. And you just think that you're stuck, that you have to take on these responsibilities. Not true. You could share some of these responsibilities, you could pass the buck, or you could just move on altogether. Temperance. Why is Temperance here? Well, thank you. The Devil. Why is the Devil here? Thank you. Okay, let's get into this. All right, so Temperance, where I was telling you balance needs to come in and heal. Archangel Michael stepping in to help you. How funny that you, again, got the Four of Rods. So this tells me healing a marriage, a union, a relationship, something along those lines. If you're single, Archangel Michael steps in to bring you somebody that is marriage material. That is somebody that is worthy for you, to bring you in somebody special. They could also be a Pisces, not sure, because you have the Moon card. It's just that these things have not been revealed to you, both camps. Coupled and single Geminis. Archangel Michael and the universe and God, as we always say, works in mysterious ways, whoever your God is. They always work in mysterious ways. We can't always know what they have planned for us because we might botch it. You know, so some things we have to let happen organically to us. So believe you and me, whatever they do for your betterment. Even if it's something bad, it's because they're course correcting you for something better that's coming in. And here you have the Page of Cups, someone bringing you good news. It could be an apology also, but somebody could be also bringing you an invitation. But more or less, this is words of kindness, hearing something that you want to hear. You know, but it could be an apology, something you've been waiting for to hear. Same with you single folk. Somebody's gonna, you know, tell you that they're interested in you and whatnot, that they see you as marriage material, or, you know, something that they like you a lot. And you're just not aware of it. You're not aware of it yet. That's all. And Archangel Michael is doing all of this behind the scenes. Peekaboo. You're not supposed to know everything, but this is what Archangel Michael's doing for you guys. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Chariot. This was telling you moving at breakneck speed. I was saying before for you, Gemini, try not to be rushing this. Try not to be rushing this marriage, this union, this relationship, or whatever's going on in your marriage. It just talks about just, you know, slowing your roll just a little bit. And then for you single folk, if there's somebody you're really not interested in, you got to let them go. Or just actually move forward, as the Chariot suggests. Just take the good and the bad and just go. But this also here tells me it's clarified by the Five of Pentacles. This means that you're either leaving someone out in the cold, or you're afraid of being left out in the cold. And more or less, that's what I'm feeling. You're afraid that you might be left out in the cold or pushed out in the cold. Again, if this is also you coupled up Gemini, you could be afraid of being left out in the cold. Penniless, hungry, and cold, you know, like out of the house kind of thing. The Devil. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, but this is you feeling stuck. You're not stuck. Maybe they're paying the rent right now and you're not, and so you feel like if you break up with them, it's like you're screwed kind of thing, so you feel stuck in the relationship. That's just an example. There's so many of you Geminis, it could be different realms that's going on for you. Whatever the case is, you are feeling stuck, or you're feeling controlled, or you feel powerless to deal with this. Some of you could be codependent on, you know, your partner. But whatever this is going on, believe you me, it's happening for a reason, because the Wheel of Fortune says so. Because it's turning in your favor. So this is mid-April. Mid-April going into the end of April, your luck starts changing. This whole dynamic starts changing. It won't feel that way anymore. You won't feel that level of toxicity or being stuck. Because at the end of April, you start acknowledging yourself, that you need self-care, self-healing. Why is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Please clarify. Queen of Pentacles in reverse for my Gemini. Thank you. I'm not taking them because they fell forward, and I just take the card that's upright. Just see. Ten of Cups. Thank you. Wow. King of Pentacles. Some of you could have been talking to a water sign that was a bit of a dick, or he showed you no love, or he was just, you know, keeping his emotions to himself. He was just emotionally unavailable. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I don't know if you were talking to him on the side, or you could be the single person that was talking to two people, which could be a water sign and the earth sign. Now, here you are, and in reverse. So, again, you were talking to yourself. You could have been talking to somebody else that could have gotten you disillusioned just a little bit. Like, you know, they got you off track from the relationship. Or maybe this is your partner that you're dealing with, because they seem like they were emotionally shut down. And that was doing you zero favors. It was like, what the hell? And maybe this is why you had all these burdens, because your partner was like emotionally shutting down, wasn't being vulnerable, wasn't giving you anything really at all. So you felt kind of alone. And I get that. Like, who the fuck wants that shit? Nobody. For your marriage, you need strength and patience, and you will see things just fine. For those of you that are single, they're like, again, this is just telling me that the lion is, somebody's coming in for you. And last but not least, you have the King of Pentacles, clarified by the King of Pentacles. For real? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. He's just, something happens at the end of April going into May. For those that are single, Gemini, this is your person. Like, you can't find anybody more stable than this. Same with the coupled up Gemini. If this is your partner, they're a very stable person, stable figure. But I think they're going to repronounce themselves at the end of May. At the end of April going into May. What do I mean by repronounce themselves? I think they're going to put their foot down in the sense like, okay, wait. I'm going to be the man or the structure of this relationship. Now, if you're the male Gemini watching this, this just tells me you could also be dealing with another male earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, but I don't think so. This is just you putting your foot down and saying, look, I've got to be the man of this relationship, and I've got to put my shit together here and keep the whole family together and keep the structure together. And just this is one after the other just saying that's what you're doing. And maybe for you Gemini females who have this partner, maybe that's what it has been for like you, because when I saw this King of Cups in reverse, clarified by this, maybe your person has just been so focused on work and structure and grounding and, you know, keeping the family together, that all the other bits and pieces of the relationship were falling away, and it wasn't enough for you. It was making it boring, or not even boring. It just felt like, oh my God, who is this? Is this a roommate or my lover here? And that's kind of like what you didn't want. But I think the dynamic changes at the end of April going into May. You start telling them, look, you know, you haven't been doing shit for me on the emotional front. You know, if this is a marriage, I need a little bit more. And I think that this person just comes in and might double down. The single Geminis, I think that this is somebody that's coming in for you that's going to be a grounding force. Now I'm going to pull one of these guys. Come back for mid-month readings. I might capture this energy again and, you know, clarify. It might change, what have you. Or come back for the May readings and see how this dynamic changes. Because the universe always wants me to read for a particular Gemini that's out there that's meant to hear these messages. Gemini, April, Gemini. Okay, so for those you are single, you deserve love. You are lovable, of course, because that means you're just single. And maybe for a long time you thought that you didn't deserve love. Same thing when you coupled up Geminis, because I always see this, that this is the energy I was feeling, that you are tuning in now to yourselves, that you're starting to realize that how much can I give towards the family? How much can I give to this relationship where I'm sacrificing myself? And I saw the card of sacrificing over here where it was the 9 of rods. This is sacrificing. You're like, how much of that am I going to do? I need to love myself. And that's what this card says. You're starting to realize that you do deserve love. And at the end of April, things start changing and going in your way. Please come back. Share the video with another Gemini if you think they need to hear this. And I will see you for your mid-month love. Bye, Gemini.